Okay, so I've been trying very hard to kick whatever the hell this is. So, this last Monday, I managed to rip my ab muscle. I had a pain in my gut to begin with in the morning, and I thought, you know what, this is okay. So I did my normal Monday thing. So I went to the gym, I ran, it hurt a little bit, and I felt okay. And then, normally I do 5 pull-ups. Okay, there's this bar on the bottom that you get set to a weight, and I was really happy because I started at 130 on the bottom, and I'm down to 100. And that's not bad at all. So, this is my blanket, because I'm cold. So, I put my hands on the bars up here to start, and I have one foot on the bar on the bottom, and I put my other leg on the bottom, and my whole body is flat. So my body is flat, and then my legs go down, and that stretches my core. That stretched my core enough for me to hear this really bad ripping sound, almost like that was cracking my knuckles, but kind of like that. And then as soon as I heard that, I felt this gut-wrenching, literal gut-wrenching, like, pain in my gut, and I felt like I was going to throw up, and I felt like I was going to pass out. I somehow get off the machine without falling. And then, after the feeling of going to throw up and pass out subsided, I drove myself to the ER. And this is going to sound very stupid, but I didn't tell anyone at the gym that this had happened because they were doing boot camp downstairs, and I felt like it would be rude to interrupt them and say, hey, sorry to interrupt this class that you paid for, but I hurt myself because I'm an idiot. Can someone please drive me to the ER? So instead of doing that, I grabbed everything. I unfortunately forgot my sandals that I wore there. And I drove myself to the ER. I got there. There was already a man being checked in. So I held my gut. And the lady gave me, I said, oh, I can wait. So I sat there. I know you're thinking, oh, if she could wait, then it really didn't hurt that bad. I'm actually very good with pain. When they took the bone out of my leg, if you want a video about that, by the way, leave me a comment. When they took the bone out of my leg, I was walking 2 days afterwards, and I didn't really need my pain medication that often. I have really high pain tolerance, asking one of my friends. Anyway, I sat there for maybe 5 minutes, and I told the lady, I have a medical question. And the guy came out. I said, how can I tell if I ripped my muscle or if I pulled it? And he says, well, you gotta get checked in first. And then he went. And they're actually kind of nice at this hospital, but that's literally almost all he said. So then the lady checked me in. The same guy came out. He got me and took me back to the ER. And my mom was there at this time because she works around there. And they had me take a urine test. I've had to pee since I started running, but I figured if I stop and go to pee, I'm probably going to end up leaving anyway, because I have really little to no motivation. So I've had to pee since I started running. So, and I also had an energy drink at the time, this Bang energy drink, and I drank a majority of that before I got there. And when I got there, they asked me if I could pee in a cup, and I did. Got most of it, because it's always awkward peeing in a cup, and it hurt to bend over to pull down my pants. Okay, TMI now. Anyway, I got that done, everything, and they're running my test now. And then they go to take my blood, and since it was early in the morning, and the only thing I had to drink was that Bang energy drink, and as you can probably see, all the liquids had already flown through my body and were in my bladder, and I got rid of that. So I'm pretty dehydrated at this point. I can't tell when I'm dehydrated. I'm weird that way. So first, they tried taking blood out of this arm. You can kind of see the bruising right here. They couldn't get anything. No blood would come out of there. And so they tried here. Right there, you can see the bruising there. That didn't work. And so they had to go up here. You could see the bruising there. And then the only way they could get blood out of me was right here. That was the only place they can get blood in, and plus they also gave me some saline and put it through me. Now, they had me inclined, sitting on the emergency bench, because laying down flat hurt like a bitch, and so did sitting straight up. And so they were very ginger with me, and they asked me a bunch of these questions and stuff. Like, I'm not going to tell you the questions. And so I kept complaining about my gut. And so they took me in for a CT scan after they took my blood and put me with full saline. And they have this kind of thing that hangs down. It's like 2 pipes and it has liquid in it, and then there's tubes that connect, and they had like this IV drip thingy in my hand, so they connected it to that. And so they put that in there, and they told me that it was going to feel really warm, and it was going to feel like I was going to pee my pants. Or that I was peeing my pants. I didn't really. So they put that through. I have to lay down flat, and it hurts to inhale. So the guy told me that he was going to have to, I was going to have to take out my belly ring, and that I was supposed to take in as big a breath as I could. Okay. One thing, when he actually started this IV thing that was going through me, at first, I did feel the warming if it was in the back of my throat, and for some reason this makes me want to throw up. I was like, okay, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. So I do that, and then I feel the warming, like I'm going to pee my pants, like I suspected, and I figured, okay, I'm fine. But like a few minutes before it's done, I literally feel like I'm going to throw up, and I say, is it okay if I feel like I'm going to throw up? And the guy comes out, and then he says, don't puke on me. And then he said, sit up. I was like, please don't make me sit up, please don't make me sit up, because moving my lower ab muscle hurt like a bitch. And I was already laying down, and it hurt. Okay, and so he hands me this vomit bag that, I'm sure you've seen a vomit bag before. He hands that to me. And then I turn my head just slightly to the side, and I make sure I'm not going to throw up on anyone or anything. Okay. And then he tries to support my back, but he's not pushing on my back. He's more or less just there like a spotter in case I need some help. So he's not really doing anything. He just doesn't want to hurt me in any way. So I said, it's better if I support myself on my hands. So I push myself back and put all my weight on my hands, and I sit up as far as I can, and I move back to the bed thing. I do that, and they wheel me back in. I don't have to throw up anymore. But apparently there was enough pain in my gut to where I needed that. I felt like I was going to throw up. And they got my test back. Turned out, not only did I rip my ab muscle, but I have a UTI. Did not know that. I also have big kidneys. I don't know what that means. But, okay. I guess if anyone needs a kidney, I have good kidneys. Anyway, found that out. And then, as you could probably discern from my voice, the day after, I got myself some sort of allergy cold thing. So I'm dealing with that. Every time I feel like I'm going to sneeze, I feel like my stomach is going to, like, rip open, and I'm going to give birth to my intestines through my stomach. And when I was going to throw up on the thing, I actually retched a little bit, and it hurt my stomach like a bitch. This is, like, which kind of disappoints me, because he told me that it takes 6 weeks for this to heal, my ab to heal. And, I just got into an exercise routine that I really like, and it's kind of throwing me off, and I'm eating a lot of junk food because I'm home alone, and I have no self-control. I'm disappointed in myself a lot. And not to mention, I'm just going crazy here. There's not much I can do. Oh well. I went to work yesterday, though, and I was really productive. It didn't hurt much. My doctor said this, and I quote, "Let pain be your guide." So I can do almost anything as long as I don't overexert myself and it doesn't hurt. My mom takes this as don't exercise, so how often do you get doctor's notes saying be lazy? So I'm stuck at home with my favorite blanket. I just don't know what to do. I have to miss my Zumba classes. I really like my Zumba classes. I'm one of the more, like, I go religiously on the days it goes, and the fact that I'm not there, people are going to think I'm either A, dying, or B, dead. Anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest to To all you out there in YouTube land, thank you for letting me rant. Goodbye.